Today we'll be doing discourse analysis on rhetorical devices.
But before we get started, I would like to introduce you the presenters of this presentation. First, พัชชน ศรีเมฆ Second, พิชากร เอื้อพงศ์กิติกุล Third, กิตติวิทย์ จิตภักดี and lastly, กันธิดา วงศ์สกุล
So, the Facebook fan page that we chose today is Starbucks. The topics that will be covered are discourse analysis on 10 statuses from Starbucks Facebook fan page and summary of frequency of each devices.
So for the first status, Starbucks used a combination of metaphor and onophobia to convey that their ice cream tea lemonade is full of freshness, pleasure, surprise, delight, and admiration. As cannonball is a metaphor that is often used to express the fully loaded of something, and according to so many dictionaries from many publishers, could be used as an expression for surprise and pleasure, while and could be used to express the admiration. Next, for the second status, Starbucks used side-by-side, hand-in-hand phrase to promote the barista story sharing campaign. As side-by-side is an idiom means people or things that are close to each other or supporting each other, while hand-in-hand is a phrase mean holding each other's hands. So we think that Starbucks didn't just choose these two phrases just because the meaning are complementing each other, but also because it has a relatively similar structure which could attract people who is scrolling down their friend page. Moving on to the third status, which is behind every cup are countless faces. This sentence consists of two rhetorical devices, which are hyperbole and metaphor. Starbucks meant to use the word faces to mean stories, as they posted on their feeds earlier that there is a story behind every cup of coffee made by Starbucks. Moreover, they also used hyperbole when they say it's countless.
Next, status 4. Share the goodness that's in your heart, who makes your world a little brighter. Let us know the big and little ways two rhetorical devices appear in this sentence. The first one is the rhetorical question. When Starbucks states at, who make your world a little brighter? This is the question that the writer just asks to get the attention and drive the reader thought to think that who is the one that makes their world a little brighter. Who make your world a little brighter? In this context, the word world used to emphasize one's feeling or mood in a bigger scale, as people tend to see their world differently when their emotion has changed. So the word world is a perfect word to emphasize one's feeling or mood. Furthermore, the word brighter also often used to define when one's feeling is better. Therefore, the whole sentence simply means who make you feeling better. Now moving on to the status 5, Starbucks has stated that located along one of the busiest pedestrian streets in the world, this two-story roastery has multiple bars, floor-to-ceiling art, and a hand-engraved copper case that take consumers on a journey of Starbucks coffee. This sentence contains two rhetorical devices. First, it is obviously that the sentence take customer on a journey of Starbucks is hyperbole, when actually there is no journey in the coffee shop, but just customers step in, visit, and grab some coffee. Secondly, the journey of Starbucks is also a metaphor used in this context to giving the meaning of the experience of Starbucks' background story. They are telling this because they are giving their stories within the coffee shop for the customer to read and enjoy their coffee stories. Moving on to the status 6, Starbucks has stated that 1 year ago we opened the visitor centers at Hacienda Alsacia, where people from all over the world can learn about the bean-to-cup journey of coffee and the work we are doing to improve the growing experience for small lot coffee farmers. In this status, hyperbole and metaphor are the two rhetorical devices that appear in the sentence. The hyperbole device is used when the author says people from all over the world, which is an exaggerated fact that might not be possible. Moreover, it could also be indicated that the author stated this to make the visitor center seem accessible for everyone. Additionally, the bean-to-cup journey of coffee is the metaphor, as the word journey in this context used to emphasize the process. Consequently, the key message of this status is customers can learn the process of producing coffee at the visitor center at Hacienda Alsacia.
Analogy in the first sentence implies that as for anyone who likes to drink coffee, then they share the same passion, just like how a passion for football can be shared. Therefore, it means that no matter where the person is from, it is just drinking coffee that can be shared across the world as well as football. The intention Starbucks here is using coffee to connect with football in order to attract coffee lovers to watch the documentary that they have produced with Amazon Prime. A metaphor is integrated with the word within. It means that within a cup of Starbucks coffee, there's kindness just like a person's heart. However, Starbucks is saying that they are being kind by offering cups of coffee to their customers. The intention here is to let the customers feel special and loved by the brand. Although buying a cup of coffee isn't necessarily making someone's life better, an allusion is presented in this status to show that Starbucks coffee is supplied by a sustainable source. Thus, Starbucks wants its customers to perceive that buying a cup of coffee from them is essentially improving the coffee bean farmers' lives. Metaphor is further used through addition and equal symbols as well. Starbucks is emphasizing on the fact that buying a cup of coffee from them, a customer, is someone special, and also to thank them for supporting the brand.
Lastly, status number 10. Love watching fall decorate itself. It is a personification to imply the season changes, because despite the fact that nature can decorate itself like humans decorate their house with ornaments or etc., but when the tree changes color for the new seasons, it makes it look like it's decorating itself. To summarize, there are 8 types of rhetorical devices found in Starbucks statuses, which are metaphor, hyperbole, parallelism, onomatopoeia, rhetorical questions, analogy, allusion, and personification. The most used rhetorical devices that were used in the statuses is metaphor. There are 8 different metaphors that we found in the analysis. First, cannonball means fully loaded, faces is stories, world is one's perception, brighter means the better feeling, journey of Starbucks is stories of Starbucks, journey of the coffee means production of the coffee, within is cups of Starbucks coffee, and U plus coffee equals hearts mean customers are special. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy our presentation.